Hi everyone, Daniele here, holistic health coach and founder of Team Euphoric. Today I'm going to be giving a book review of Robert M. Sapolsky's Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers. This is a terrific book and does a really great job at outlining what exactly your body goes through when you are under stress. If you don't know, your body has two different systems. You have your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is going to be your fight or flight system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is going to be your rest and digest system. So when you experience different types of stressors, your body has to choose between whether it is going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system or the sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is going to be activated anytime that you are either afraid, anytime that you have come into some type of scenario where you need to save your life. The parasympathetic nervous system is going to be activated anytime you need to digest, anytime you need to go to bed, anytime you use any type of relaxation techniques. And one really important thing to note is that your body is incapable of distinguishing between physical, mental, emotional stressors. Regardless of the stressor, your body is going to interpret it the same way from a physiological standpoint. So whether you are really stressed out about a relationship that you are currently in, or whether you are stressed out because you are terrified of animals and you see a dog chasing you, your body is going to interpret those two stressors the exact same way. Likewise, let's say you are terrified of snakes and you happen to be walking along a path and there's a wooden stick on the ground. If you look at that wooden stick and you happen to misinterpret it as being a snake, at that moment you're going to be terrified, and when you are terrified, your body is going to release glucocorticoids into your system. Now, the thing with glucocorticoids, the half-life of cortisol is 4 hours. So from the moment that you see that stick and you get terrified, 4 hours later you're still going to have half the amount of cortisol in your body that was secreted at the moment that you saw that stick and thought it was a snake. And the other thing is, once you do get afraid and your body releases glucocorticoids into your bloodstream, your body cannot take it back. So it's not like you see a stick on the ground, you get terrified, and then you realize, oh, you know what, it wasn't a snake, it was just a stick. And then your body takes all that back. No, once those glucocorticoids are released into your system, they're in your system. And it's going to take a while before they get back. Another thing when looking at the sympathetic versus the parasympathetic system is to look at the important functions that go on with different systems of the body. For example, when we look at the sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight system, that is going to be responsible for dilating the pupils, because when you are scared or are experiencing any type of stressor, your body is going to want to see as much as possible. You want to see your surroundings. The more of your surroundings that you can see, the better your chances are going to be to save your life. So your pupils are going to dilate to allow more light to enter into your pupils, and that is going to increase your perception. Another thing when you are under a lot of stress is that digestion is not an important factor. So your mouth is not going to produce a lot of saliva. The reason it's not going to produce a lot of saliva is because, again, digestion is not important. So all those enzymes that are secreted in your salivary system, they are not going to be needed in a stressful situation. So your production of saliva is going to decrease. Another thing is that your heart is going to increase, your heart rate. When you are under a stressful situation, your heart rate is going to increase, and this is because when you get really stressed out, as your heart rate increases, it is going to allow you to better leave that stressful situation. And another thing is, going back to digestion, your digestion is going to slow down. So you're going to have less motility in your digestive system. When you are being chased, this is going back thousands of years ago, before we had cars and before we were segregated from animals in the wild. If you were to have come into contact with a lion or a tiger back thousands of years ago, you would have had to run for your life. And when you are running for your life, digestion is one of the last things that is important for your body. So your body is not going to want to spend its resources helping you to digest when you need to get the hell away from that lion so you can save your life. So your digestion is going to slow down. Another thing is that stress also plays a very important role with sexual dysfunction. When you are under a lot of stress, when your sympathetic nervous system is activated, that is going to be one of the reasons why you are incapable of getting an erection if you are a man. It's also what leads to premature ejaculation in males. Now, when we look at the parasympathetic nervous system, or your rest and digest system, it's the exact opposite. your pupils are going to constrict. The reason your pupils are going to constrict, again, because it is your rest and digest system, your pupils are going to restrict because they don't require a lot of light to enter, because you don't need to really see your surroundings. When you go to sleep, your eyes are going to constrict because you want to be able to get a nice sleep. You don't want to be able to see anything. The darker the environment, the better it's going to be for you and for your sleep. Also, when you are in a parasympathetic state, that is when digestion is going to occur. So your mouth is going to produce a lot more saliva. Your saliva is going to include various enzymes that are going to help with digestion. So your production of saliva is going to help with digestion. The other thing is that your heart rate is going to slow down. When you are in a parasympathetic state, again, because your body is in a more peaceful and restful state, your heart rate isn't going to be going very rapidly, so it will decrease the rate at which your heart rate is pumping. And also, another thing with the parasympathetic state is that your digestion is going to increase, as we stated earlier. So the motility in your digestive system is going to increase. You're going to have more contractions to help move the flow of food through your digestive tract, and it's just going to overall be much more beneficial for digestion. And also going to the genital region, when you are in a parasympathetic state, being in a parasympathetic state is going to help promote blood flow to the penis if you are a man, and this is going to be what helps you to get an erection. This is another reason why being in a chronically stressed state is going to have a great effect on your sexual function. People that are chronically stressed are often going to have issues with mental health, they're going to have cardiovascular issues, and also sexual dysfunction. Now, since the book is called Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, I just want to do a little brief overview of the differences between animals in the wild and humans. The reason that this book is called Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers is because in the wild, if you are a zebra or any type of animal, generally speaking, you don't experience chronic stress. In your natural environment, the only time that you are really stressed out is when another animal is chasing you and you need to run for your life. And that's a very short-lived stressor. If you see a tiger in the wild and you are a zebra, you have two options. You can activate your sympathetic nervous system and get the hell out of there, or that lion can attack you and you will be dead within minutes. Now, if you are a human, the effects of stressors on the body are going to be very different, because you are no longer just activating the sympathetic nervous system in a very stressful situation. Now, in the life that we live in today, we have chronic stressors. So if you're late on your rent, that's going to be a stressor for a lot of people. If you have problems with a relationship, that's going to be another stress. If you have issues concerning health or loved ones or anything like that, that's going to be another stress on your body. So rather than just activating our sympathetic nervous system when we are in a fight or flight situation, now our sympathetic system is constantly being activated, and that is going to lead to chronic stress and chronic stress-related diseases and illness. This really is a terrific book, and one that I highly encourage you to pick up a copy of. One thing about this book is that it is quite a heavy read, so don't get discouraged if you're reading it and not all of the information is sticking right away. One thing though that Robert Sapolsky does is there are a lot of funny stories in this book and a lot of research articles, and what those stories and research articles do is it makes it really easy to make a lot of those concepts stick into your head, because when he's telling you a funny story or a research article, those are the things that really stick into your head the most. Next week, I'm going to be giving a book review of Gary Taub's Good Calories, Bad Calories. If you like what you saw today, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more great content, and I will see you again next time.